Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Motivational Talk Dialogues and Show. My name is Nicole Smith, and I'm the founder of AL Publishing Consulting, LLC. This evening, we're going to talk about how we can help you with publishing your book. Okay, I'm just kidding, guys. I'm not Nicole. I'm actually Katan Paul, the founder of BossBabeBlog.com. And I'm not going to help you with publishing your book tonight. But if you need that, NicoleSmith.com is where you should go, okay? Let me stop impersonating her. Today, we are going to be talking about something that I'm very passionate about, which is understanding the importance of quality branding and marketing, and also knowing that you deserve to receive that. So, I want to talk about this because a lot of entrepreneurs are under the assumption that they have to break the bank to the point where, they're going into huge debt to be able to market and advertise their business. Getting a website set up can cost anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000. Social media marketing can start anywhere from $1,000 to $5,000, depending on what agency you're working with. And so a lot of people hear those prices, those numbers, and they say, okay, in order for me to have that level of quality and that level of branding, I'm going to have to spend that money. And eventually you may get to the point where it is a requirement, because I'll never be one to say that you shouldn't invest in your business. There's always going to be a level that you're going to have to rise up to that will require a higher level of investment from you in your business and in your life, whether that is financially, whether that is emotionally, physically, intellectually, mentally. You're going to have to invest more the more that you are wanting to receive. And so it is natural that you are going to have to spend some money and invest in your brand. However, I do want to break that stereotype that, you have to break the bank, or that you can't have quality services and intentional services while still being able to support your funding status. And that is where BossBabeBlog.com comes into play. So if you are an entrepreneur that is trying to elevate your business, you're trying to receive more exposure, you're trying to be placed in authentic environments that are positive, that are proactive, and that are all about solutions and supporting one another, community, providing resources. If that's what you're looking for on a higher scale, then you want to head on over to bossbabeblog.com, and you want to click on our page that says join our directory. From there, you will see all the different things that we'll be providing for you, assisting you with elevating your brand perception, the audience's perception of your brand, your presentation. We're going to talk about marketing. We're going to talk about branding. We're going to talk about the experience that you're providing to your customers, to your clients. We're going to talk about growing your clientele. We're going to talk about how to increase sales, behaviors that have helped other entrepreneurs with increasing sales. We're going to talk about elevating our mindset so that we're actually in the space to be able to receive that success that is waiting for us. Because sometimes it's not about, is the success waiting or is it there for us? It's about, are we ready to receive it? And are we doing what we need to do so that when the success comes knocking on our door, we're not trying to clean up our home or clean up our business. We're ready to receive it and let in those clients and those leads and those inquiries. So that's what Boss Babe Blog is essentially about, helping you elevate to the next level. And you're going to receive a white glove experience. And so what that means is that we're going to walk through step by step the ways to help grow, expand, polish, and promote your business. And another thing that I'm passionate about is making sure that you understand the why behind what we're doing. So it's not as if I'm just giving you the, professional marketing and advertising services and then boom, you're gone. You receive a one-on-one consult. We do a branding consultation. We do a business performance assessment. We sit down and do a new member welcoming where I get to understand you on a deeper level. So if this is something that you are needing or wanting for your business, does it require investment? Absolutely. Because another thing that I'm huge on is knowing your own worth. And that's something that I preach back and forth to the entrepreneurs and the clients and the shoppers that are in our community. However, do you have to break the bank to receive these services? No, you don't. Because if you fill out an application and apply to be a member of our directory, and it turns out that we are a great fit, then you can receive a special plan based off of where you're at and what your funding status is. So what that looks like is, let's say maybe instead of making the payment where you are paying one membership for, anywhere from, let's say, $1,000 one time, to where now you're making monthly payments to that membership for 5 to 6 months. So there are ways that we can be flexible with how we make those payments. And then once your payments have been completed, you will then start to receive the benefits of being a member of our directory, and you will be onboarded, and you'll, be able to understand how we can help you on an even deeper level as a member. So all of the access to those resources you're going to be receiving. Another beautiful thing about this is that, every brand is a little different with what their goals are and what their needs are. So when you fill out this application, it allows me to see where you're at, like where your mindset's at, what your goals are, what you're trying to achieve, where you're currently performing, or what your previous experience has been, so that I'm able to determine if this is the place that you need to be. Because I want to make sure that we're a great fit. That's most important, because when I find clients who we work very well together and we're a great fit, we know where we're going and we're both going in that same direction, we make magic happen. So I really want to be able to assist you with elevating and growing your brand. And if you have that mindset, and I feel like I'm able to provide that value on a higher level, then you need to be here at bossbayblog.com. So if you still have questions and you say, yeah, I want to fill out an application, but I want to learn a little bit more, you can actually head to our website, because we now have membership specialists. So these membership specialists will sit down with you one-on-one in a 30-minute discovery call that is complimentary. You sit on this call and you ask all the questions that you have about bossbayblog.com. Learn about our resources, learn about our mission, learn about where we're based, how or why we started, what we do, what kind of events that we host, how we can be of value to your community, how your services can be of value to our community, because that's also what this is about. Even though I am providing an advertising, promoting, and marketing service, I'm also providing collaboration opportunities. So a wonderful example would be when I host events, I get members of my directory that are, sending products, or maybe I'm purchasing products from them for clients. These are all wonderful ways that I'm able to collaborate with the entrepreneurs in our community. And it's all about group economics here, something that I've always been really big on, which is us having the same focus of circulating our dollars within our community. And so, because of that, is another reason why I'm very passionate about collaborating with directory members. And so, if this is something that you're interested in, that you want to learn more about, then you want to go ahead and book your discovery call with one of our membership specialists. These are wonderful professionals. 2 out of our 3 membership specialists are also members of our directory, so they can actually tell you their experience. One of them is a newer member of our directory that will be announced soon. The second one has been a member of our directory for probably a little over a year now, and she's also been a part of our Facebook communities for some time. So these aren't just people that, didn't know anything about me. It's a range of people that discovered me through social media or found my page on YouTube, to people that have purchased my branding services, to people that have purchased my advertising and promotional services, to people that have used my consulting services. And so you get to hear from other people what benefits they have received for being a part of our network or our community. And another thing that I want to really emphasize is that this is not a overnight thing. It will never be. So if you're looking for that overnight experience, that's not it, because this is a building experience. We are here to make sure that we are setting a strong foundation. So it's not just about everything looking good or you having the image. It's about us really sitting down and attacking the problems that you're facing in your business and working to overcome them step by step, so that as you're growing, when you look back at the end of the year, you see all of the success that you have been able to achieve for your brand. And I have so many clients that have sat down with me on one-on-ones, and they've even talked about it on live videos about how far their brand has come, or how much they've grown, or how much they've elevated, developed in their business, their sales, their business acumen, their ability to speak to analytics like KPIs, key performance indicators, conversion, click rates, email capture. These are things that they weren't necessarily focused on in the beginning, that now they're able to speak to those. And also they know the behaviors on how to elevate those and increase them. So if you're looking for that level of development, coaching, consulting, then I highly recommend you check out our community. Again, the message is simply, quality branding and marketing is not something that's a dream. It can be a reality when you do the research and you find the professionals that are a right fit for you. So even if you don't decide that bossbayblog.com is the place that you want to land, which why would that? But if you don't, no hard feelings. I really just want to put out the message that there's always going to be a solution for you, no matter what your funding status is. So even if we weren't the place for you with your current funding status, there's always going to be a place. And there is no harm in doing research. Ask the right questions, learn about what people are promoting, learn about what they are committing to provide for you. Because one of the mistakes that a lot of entrepreneurs make is they either jump into something quickly because they're excited about it, and they're expecting that it's going to be an instant gratification experience, when in reality it is absolutely not, because marketing, advertising, branding, consulting takes time. We have to sit down in consultations. We have to be intentional. We have to schedule time that we're going to sit down, because this is a serious thing, just like anything else in your life that's serious. So that's the message that I'm sharing with anyone that is thinking about growing, expanding, and needs help with advertising, marketing. Maybe you've only been using one platform and you're trying to expand to others. Maybe you've been doing a lot of in-person vendor events and now you're just really trying to get people to your website. Maybe you haven't seen any sales and you're trying to get your brand to where you're able to receive those sales. Apply to our directory, because if you're the great fit, then guess what? We will be able to take care of you, and we're going to help you with elevating and growing. And when you look back at the end of the year, you're going to see the way that your business has transformed into something so much stronger, simply because we really tapped into your vision and we gave you the tools and the resources so that you can get there. The last thing that I would leave with is that this is definitely a platform for people who want to learn how to fish. And what I mean by that is, you know, that quote where they talk about how you teach a man how to fish versus feeding him the fish? I'm looking for people that want to fish. I'm not saying that you won't be able to purchase services, because I do have another business where you can purchase a service and you don't have to do anything. But this is for the people who are wanting to grow their brand, and they understand that even when you purchase services, you still have to be the catalyst for your business. What do I mean by that? You can purchase an advertising service to have your brand advertised in a magazine, but that doesn't mean that you get to stop doing work on elevating your brand. Because if a person goes to the magazine and clicks on or screenshots and goes to your website, and your website doesn't look presentable, or your products don't have a great description, or when they get to the customer service, you know, no one is able to assist them or give them information, or they don't have a clear contact place where they will be contacted and assisted, then guess what? All of that money that you spent on that advertising kind of goes in the trash pretty much, because you still have to do that extra work. And sometimes people don't understand in entrepreneurship how powerful they are and how much of a catalyst they are. Like, you are the magic. People ask me, like, how did you get this? How did you get that? You know, what's the recipe for this? What's the secret to that? You are the secret. It's you. You're going to have to get up and do it. You're going to have to do the work. You're going to have to show up for your consultations. You're going to have to be prepared to do the things that make you uncomfortable. You're going to have to be ready to speak in front of people that you've never met before, who are sitting and waiting to hear what you have to say. You're going to have to be prepared for people to say no to you sometimes and be ready to move on. You're going to have to be prepared to let go of collaborations, partners, clients, people that just don't align with where you're trying to go. You're going to have to do that work, and there's no one that's going to be able to stand there while you hide behind them. And so a lot of people don't understand that when they get into entrepreneurship, and they wonder why they're not seeing the results that they want. And so I'm looking for people who are ready for a change and ready for growth and ready to take ownership of their actions, their decisions, their dreams, their life, their overall success. I'm looking for people that want to elevate. And if that's you, you need to head on over to bossbayblog.com, fill out an application. Thank you so much for listening to me today. Thank you, AL Publishing and Consulting, LLC. Thank you, Motivational Talk, Dialogues, and Show. And thank you, Nicole Smith, for your wonderful platform. Everybody have a wonderful evening. Bye-bye.